Hello, all you lovely computer scientists. So, today we're going to be showing off a very special little thing called input verification. And basically what it is it is making sure that your input is what you want it to be before changing it to a different type of data. This avoids casting errors, such as trying to cast a string that is not purely numbers into an integer or float. You use commands such as isNum, isAlphaNum, and things like that. You are specifically making a program for a function. So you might be doing just something random, but usually you'll have inputs. And will usually look like this. Variable name, input, brackets, and then whatever message you want to type to. And also established in the last episode, so like it's a big series. Also established yesterday, it will almost always be a string. As you can see, there'll be a string. I'll just print the variable itself. Now, let's see. Enter message, we'll have it be hello world. String, hello world. Now, if you wanted to do it, if you wanted to say subtract something, you might have it be an integer. So variable equals integer input. And obviously you can input 7, and then it returns 1 line. You could input 99 over it, and it would be an integer. And the reason why it's a little bit of bad practice to do it directly on the input is because what if they still input hello world? You get an error. You get a invalid literal error, which basically means that is not in whatever thing you put inside the integer brackets is not an integer, so it doesn't get converted and it's an error. Now, what you might do, say if you do want an integer, but you don't possibly want that error, you will have selection. So if variable dot is numeric, that would be what you do. There's different ones for different data types, but that's what we're using. And then variable equals variable int variable. And now you'll see, if we enter the integer, I misspelled that, I forgot the N. Is numeric not? Yeah, is numeric. I forgot the N. Yeah, we can now enter 9, and it's an integer. However, if we input a string, it will not mess up our program. Now, that is just one form of data validation. That is type validation. That would be how we get the correct type, but there might be another type of validation you need. So, say if we're doing integer for time of day, the hour of the day, you would want to check that it is within 0 to 24, because it can't be the 900th hour of the day. So what you do is another selection. Variable is greater or equal to 0, because it could be midnight. And variable is lower or equal to 23. That's a range check. It checks if the integer is within a valid and decent range. So you might then print it is the blah blah hour of the day variable. As you can see, integer, enter message. Let's say I'm saying it's the 8th hour of the day, really early in the morning. It is 8th hour of the day, and it's an integer. However, if I enter that it's the dog, it's not going to do that because that's not an integer. And also, if I enter that it's the 900th hour of the day, it's not going to do it. That is data validation, no, data verification. We verify that it is the correct type, and then we verify that it is reasonable for us to use that in the program. That is data verification. Thank you. Thank you all very much for watching the video. I do hope you learned something. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Especially comment, because I love hearing how you learn, so I can make better videos for you and me, so we can both learn a bit more effectively. Thank you very much.